Each gun's chamber is checked before they're sent away. This is a relatively small stash gathered after a curfew was imposed in Qudsaya. Omar was displaced from this neighborhood under the former regime. Now he heads a unit maintaining its security. He's agreed to take us on a tour of the section of town home to the Alawi community. There have been clashes in other parts of Syria between his comrades and what he calls remnants of the former regime. Ali Shaqouf is an elder or muhtar of the area appointed by the Assad government.
The situation has greatly improved. We hope the civilians can now live a good life, and I believe the future will be better.
But when we stop elsewhere, people say they're concerned, since most residents of the area served in Assad's security forces. The intact infrastructure is in stark contrast to rebel-held areas where every other building is left pummeled by barrel bombs and airstrikes. The mountains around Qudsaya were taken by the Assad military, and it was established as the living quarters for militias and militarymen. Now, as we found in this bin, they're entirely new uniforms, all flags of the regime, and efforts by locals here to shed all that they had which linked them to the former regime so they can be seen as civilians. Fighters here say the area will be combed thoroughly to collect all weapons down to the last bullet. Omar finds it difficult to maintain composure in an area from where he was expelled. This woman complains about the gunfire by security forces. He tells her she should make the men from her community behave. Former soldiers who fought opposition fighters like Omar are now keen to show they did not like the former regime.
This is the smart card we used to receive supplies. Meanwhile, the officers lived luxurious lives while we lived in misery. I call on the new government to provide us with a decent livelihood. We have no income now. I served in the army for 24 years and I have nothing to show for it.
What do you think should be the future of Syria? He wants to tell Ahmed al-Shara they are innocent. Their sin was to get a salary to feed their children. Residents like Omar who were displaced from this neighborhood find that hard to believe. But fighters say now their job is to protect all Syrians, even if they used to be enemies. Osama bin Javaid, Jazeera, Qudsaya, near Damascus.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.